Happy Monday, everybody. Try and get myself organized. I warned you ahead of time. Melissa's not here, so I'm flying solo, but that's okay. I will make it happen. I will make it work. Pretend like I'm a professional and know what I'm doing. If you're watching on a replay, let me know in the comments, hashtag replay. All right, let's see. Get to a place where I can actually see the comments. There we go. So you know the drill. As you're coming on, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on. Tell me how you're dealing with this weather. I actually didn't think it was going to warm up today, but it started getting a little steamy this afternoon after that rain came through. So, I will give everybody a minute or two to hop on. I did just post, depends on how you're watching this, if you're on some sort of computer versus a smart device. But I did just post a pattern in the shop, on the shop's main Facebook page that I'm going to talk about tonight, since Melissa is not helping me. I was trying to get a little bit of the work done ahead of time. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Cindy. Um, I've got some kit ideas that kind of came about. I had somebody looking at one of the skeins of the road trip sock yarn DK weight last week, and she was like, it's beautiful, but I don't know what to do with it. And so of course we got talking about big projects, but then I came across a cute little scarf that I think would be perfect for that sparkle yarn. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Hi, Marcina. Hi, Shar. Hi, Chris. Nicole working on the last sleeve of the Flower Child sweater. Excellent. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mama. I actually had a different shirt on and then I realized, oh, it's actually 4th of July week. So it's kickoff for the Astropop. All of a sudden, I don't know, July seemed like it was really far away and now it's not far away at all. So hi, Josie. I really like how it fits, and I've got Deb's swatch around here somewhere to show you because she swatched this weekend for hers, and it's purples. Those of you who know Deb will be very, very surprised that it's purples and it's beautiful. Hi, Sherry. And get myself a drink. Hi, Noelle. Okay, so let's see, Cheryl casting on Astro Pop pattern dropped for knit camp. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So the rest of us mere mortals who are not part of knit camp will be able to have access to the pattern on Thursday. Then we'll be talking about that a little bit tonight too. So, all right, 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is June 30th. It is almost July. Hi, Ruth. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the little yarn shop located in Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC marketplace. Hi, Jean. Marketplace hours. Let's talk about this a little bit. So normally marketplace hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our shop hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Hi, Sarah, working on All Point South and the temperature blanket as usual, but it's coming along. It's coming along, which is good. So it's sort of sounding like some of the vendors are not going to be here on Friday, which is July 4th. We will still be open. I just need to make everybody aware that the rest of the market may or may not be open. There's still some back and forth discussion happening on that, but I have told you all that we will be open on the 4th and we will be open on the 4th. I will be here for you. Our regular hours 10 to 7. It might just be that if you come in, you need to come in on the farmer's market side of the building. So that's the north side of the building. The farmer's market will still be here Friday and Saturday, Friday 10 to 3 and Saturday 10 to 1. But we will have hours as regularly scheduled all week this week. The yarn store will. The market as a whole may be a little different. So if you're coming down here for something specific on Friday and Saturday, check each vendor's Facebook page or social media in general to see if you're interested in a specific vendor, whether they are open or not open. But know that we will be here. I told you we were going to be here, and we will. The doors will be unlocked. So that's a big part of it. So yeah, it is 4th of July week, which means it's cast on week for the Astro Pop, which is what I'm wearing. This is a pattern by Marie Green. We have been doing pre-orders and we have been swatching and we have been picking out yarn. It is a DK light worsted DK or heavy sport weight pattern. You need 3 colors. You have your contrast color, which is what you're using for your cast on. So for those of you casting on early, knit campers probably know because I'm sure Marie did some videos about it, but I know some of the yarn stores got tripped up a little bit. We get so used to casting on with your main color, but this is not. You're casting on with your contrast color, then you go into using your main color and your, I don't remember what she calls the third one, the other pop of color. And then your main color is actually the third color, the body color. So I used 3 colors of Barocco Tilly, which is a lovely DK weight yarn with great yardage on it. It's got 368 yards, I think, on a skein. So I needed 1 skein of the contrast color, 1 skein of the accent color. That's what it's called, accent color. And then 2 skeins of my main color, which is the blue. We've got that in stock. We also have more on its way to us. So this is not a mystery knit along. You can see what it looks like. The pattern pre-order gives you gauge, swatch information and timelines. But the pattern will be released on Thursday the 3rd. She has put that out there that it will be available Thursday the 3rd. She did make some minor modifications to the sizing. So if you went by what we had printed out here in the shop, or if you purchased the pre-order fairly early on, you may have noticed there was an update, a digital update to your Ravelry pattern. It won't affect your yardage at all. It kind of works. It was adjusted in a way that makes whatever yardage you used a little bit more forgiving, I guess. So no worries that she changed sizes and you don't have enough yarn, anything like that. She does have 2 sleeve length options. So I went for the longer sleeve length, which is an elbow length. It is a bit snug. This is the smallest size. And there are some decreases. It is a bit snug, but I haven't blocked this yet, quite honestly. But have to show off the little lace detail along the side, which is just enough to keep it interesting while you're working on it. Oh, we got more people on here. Hi, Sheila E, Aunt Jackie. Hi, Donna, Jill. Hello, hello. Yay. I'm hoping maybe some of you have time off this week because it is a holiday week and can come in and hang out with us since we will be here. So we are not doing any sort of official cast on party, but what I am saying is that the table is open Thursday and Friday as usual. If you want to come in and for 25 cents a page, we can print out a color copy of the pattern for you. We're happy to do that. We do double-sided. We put it in a sheet protector for you. So if you don't have a printer at home or would rather just we do it for you, we're happy to do that. Once it's available digitally on Thursday, we can download it. And as long as you've purchased the digital copy, we can print that off for you. Deb's swatch. So Deb is using 2 colors of variations yarn, variations DK as her main color and her contrast color. And then her third accent color is Universal Yarn Wool Pop. So look at how pretty that is with the light purple, the dark purple, and then this like silvery color. So she swatched on 5s and 7s. The pattern has you go up 2 needle sizes for that zigzag section. It just looks, it looks so cool. She said she hasn't blocked, or she has blocked it, hasn't checked her gauge yet. I stole the swatch from her while she's up front with class because I wanted to show it off to all of you. But that, so much to say that we have more options beyond using the Tilly for this project. So, down here we have Barocco Remix, which works really well for it too. And then we have the wall of DK and Sportway. So you might see behind me too. I think I talked about it a little bit last week, but look at how beautiful all of that looks with the knitted wit tonals back in stock. It looks so pretty up on the wall. I love it. So yes, yeah, Sherry, the purple is absolutely beautiful. So that is the variations yarn. And Deb's got her swatch all set to go. If you still haven't picked out colors, you don't need to worry. If you're not going to cast on right away, you don't need to worry about that either. This pattern is not going to go away. So the whole point of casting on either Thursday or Friday is just to be part of the knit along community. The sweater is what she's calling a 4-day sweater, a 4-day knit along. Don't feel pressured like you have to do it in 4 days. Just know that it's a fun pattern. It's not overly complicated. That's the beauty of doing a pattern that's designed to be knit in a fairly short amount of time. There isn't a lot of unnecessary fluff with it. So, yeah, it's just a fun knit to do. So, if I didn't want to make 500 other things, I would maybe consider doing another one of these, but you know, I have 500 other things that I'm making right now. Along those lines, what I am working on is the collar of my, what's the name of this? Something Winter Albina. And I have a little bit joked that it might be a vest for the summer until I decide to put sleeves on it, but I'm trying to keep myself focused and get it done. So the Winter Albina is a long sleeve turtleneck sweater with a big split hem. So I finally got the ribbing done for the split hem, the front and the back. They are supposed to be the same length. They actually have the same number of rows. It just looks like one's a little bit longer than the other. But that is 6 inches of ribbing with a split hem. It's a lot of knit one, purl one, but it's gonna be totally worth it when it's done. So I'm working on the collar. I've got a few of the stripes done, and then you switch to doing a few inches of just one solid color. It will then fold over. See if I can do this without pulling my needles out. It will then fold over and have a little blue edge on it, similar to how the bottom of the sweater does. And it calls for a sewn bind off, which I did. It gives you this really cool rounded edge, so you don't see that row of knitting or bound off stitches. So you're basically cutting, I would say I would estimate enough yarn 4 times the length of whatever it is that I'm binding off. This last time I did 5.5 times the length, and it was a lot of yarn left over. I would rather have too much than not enough, but still it was a lot of yarn to be pulling through, because essentially a sewn bind off feels a lot like doing a Kitchener stitch or grafting with your knits and your purls, but it just gives such a really cool edge on it. So I'm working on the collar. Once that's done, I am really gonna try and stick with this project and work on the sleeves. But I have so many other things I want to work on, you guys. But right now, this is pretty easy to carry around with me or to sit and work on, because it's just knit one, purl one, around and around and around until I get to the length I need. But the body is done, just needs some sleeves. The beauty of something like this that has the drop shoulder is that I'm not starting sleeves way up here. The way it fits, the sleeves are going to start a little bit lower, so I won't have quite as much length to do. But it's coming along. She's coming along slowly. I didn't bring over my crocheted movie night cocoon. What is it called? Something to show you all, because I think I did make another 1 or 2 rounds on it, but it doesn't look a whole lot different. It looks like a big granny square. So I am slowly working on that too, but I'm trying to get both of those done. So then I can start something new. All right, let me look at my notes again. So what I'm working on, what I'm wearing. Um, okay, so last week I showed off the newest color from Road Trip Sock Yarns. It was that beautiful Hi Oriana lime, like electric lime green speckle color. We've got a few skeins left in the sparkle sock. We've got a few skeins left in the sparkle DK, and we've got quite a bit left in the regular sock too. So my sock knitters, snag your yarn, it's here. I did talk to her last week and she is willing to let us keep the trunk show through the next yarn crawl. So the next yarn crawl is a Heartland Yarn Adventure that goes July 25th. Let me double check my calendar. 2025 planner. Let me look at my planner. June, July. Why would I have it on there? That would make too much sense. Oh, I don't know how to, oh, there we go. July 25th through August 3rd is the Heartland Yarn Adventure. I don't know why I was saying August 6th the other day. I have my dates all mixed up. So July 25th through August 3rd is the Heartland Yarn Adventure. So we will have the road trip trunk show here, road trip sock yarn trunk show here for that. She is sending a refresh of fingering weight sparkle yarn. I have no idea what colors she's sending. She just asked approximately how many skeins we wanted and is working on that. So I don't know what colors she's sending. I don't know what quantities she's sending, but of course, you know, we will post when we get it to be able to share with everybody. But as I was playing around last week with yarns for the slipping sideways top, I had one of the lime green speckle skeins with 2 skeins of like the turquoise sparkle yarn. Those, of course, sold because that's what happens. I put things onto the table and go, ooh, isn't this pretty? And then everybody else goes, yes. And then they buy it. And then I have to find other combinations. So this was one of the ones Karen and I came up with. It was probably Karen more than me, but the the color from Road Trip Sock Yarns is called Change of Scenery. I have 2 skeins left of this, but it's got this base of like a real pale pink and green with the flecks of aqua and teal and bright pink. And this just looks like, it just looks like summer to me. So same suggestion, the slipping sideways, or the other suggestion would be I'm staring at it because it's on my display, but I can't think of the name of it. Oh, I'll just go grab it. That would be easier than me just trying to rack my brain. Hi, Maria. Haha. And there's even a tag on it. Summer Shandy. So the Summer Shandy is a pattern by Megan Williams. It's on size 6 needles. And it's great for a variegated and a tonal or a solid. This one has an interesting construction because I'm pretty sure I made this, but I don't remember. It was a little while ago, so I'm looking at the stitches. So I'm pretty sure this construction starts at the bottom back. You knit it flat until you're separating for the fronts and the backs. You knit those, rejoin them, and knit down the front, seam up the sides. It has an I-cord edging all the way around on the bottom and along the side, so it's easier to seam with that I-cord along the edge. But so this is the Summer Shandy, would be really great for these yarns too. So this is our new Gusto wool once fingering is the name of it. I don't know that we've talked about this a whole lot, but Gusto wool is a subsidiary, I guess, of Earth Yarns out of Turkey. And so they launched this fingering weight mill dyed sock yarn, 80% merino, 20% nylon, 440 yards. And the price point is great, you guys. It's $14.50 a skein. For a mill dyed yarn, but look how beautiful that is. Is it super squishy? No, but is it hardy and sturdy? Yes. And it almost has kind of a cotton feel. I think it would work well for a summer sweater. So we think that is a beautiful, beautiful combination. I wish they gave it a color and name, but all I have is color 8 for the green. But that would be beautiful. And it would take, this takes equal amounts of your 2 skeins. And it is meant to be a little bit longer. So it's kind of a tunic length. And you would need 2 to 4, 8, 12, 16. Equal amounts. I'm trying to do math in my head. 1 to 3 skeins of each color. So you need equal amounts of this, somewhere between, so total of 2 to 6 skeins, depending on your size. But there's no shaping in this one. It's just a big boxy top, which is very fun too. So that's a summer shandy. That would also be fun for that sparkly yarn. Okay, all my kits are in plastic bags and they're sliding off my chair. So the pattern that I was talking about is called the Jacques scarf. And its price is not in US dollars, but it's around a $7 pattern. And this front page doesn't give you a whole lot other than rolling it up and making it look like a croissant. A croissant. Yes, Sarah, it is a very good shade of green. It's a beautiful, it's like, I don't know. It's what my grass looks like right now after the rain. So she's got 3 sample ideas or sample scarves. So this scarf has 2 different lengths or sizes and a couple different options when it comes to how you stripe your colors. So these 2, you can see, used the same main color and contrast color throughout the whole thing. This one you switch halfway through. Thought there was a better picture. Here we go. I guess this is. There we go. So this one gives you a better idea of how you can see. You do half of it with the light as your main color and half with the dark as your main color, which I thought was really, really pretty cool. And 1 skein each of DK weight yarn, I believe, is enough for the large or the small. Where? Sample 1. Okay. So if you were to do the half and half where you switch colors, I know Linda said, I like that striped scarf. I think it's really cool. So if you were to switch halfway through, the large scarf requires 140 meters of each color. The small scarf requires 100 meters. So the most you would need if you did 1 main color through the whole thing, the most you would need is 200 meters of your main color. And most of the yarns that we picked, the road trip sock yarns, have 225 meters. So you just need 1 skein each of the 2 colors. Ugh, fuzzies in my nose, you guys. My hair's everywhere. Okay. So I have 1 each of, let's see, how many kits did I put together here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you like the concept, but don't like any of the colors that we put together, you know, I can help you pick more, or Karen can, or Deb can, or if Ashley's here, she can help you. If Nicole's here, she can help you. If Melissa happens to be in town, she can help you. We all love playing with colors. So the first set I got is the trunk show color, Oh, the Places You'll Go, which is this light blue with the lime green and purple and blue specks in it. And we've paired it with Knitted Wits DK Weight Superwash, which has 280 yards, so it's good yardage, in the color Honey Lavender. I'm not going to talk about prices because each one's different depending on the yarn, although it looks like four of them have Knitted Wit as the contrast, because I had a few little random rainbow skeins left that work absolutely perfectly for this. So this is called Honey Lavender, and it's like this bluey purple, but look at how well that goes with that. That would just pop. And again, you could do it either way. You could do it where you're switching colors halfway through. So you would get one half of your scarf that has the speckle as your main color, and the other half of your scarf that has the solid as your main color. Or you could leave it consistent and just keep that little bit of speckle in the background the whole way, or keep it as your main color. Either way. So this one is Oh, the Places You'll Go and Honey Lavender. This is my only purple set that I have, you guys. Let me just put that out there right now. So there's that. This would be the Knitted Wit is 36 and the DK is 30. So that would be 66. We'll throw in the pattern if you get the yarns for this one. So $66 for that kit. And as usual, if there's anything that you like that I talk about, just put it in the comments. Let us know which thing you saw you liked, how many you want, whether you're going to pick it up or have us ship it to you, and we will do that. So this next one, the speckle is called Change of Scenery, and the Knitted Wit color is called Liberally Bleeding Heart. It is this bright pink red color. So the Change of Scenery has that base of kind of a pale pink, yellow, blue, green with this bright pink. How beautiful would that be? I know I have some bright girls that would love this a lot. So in looking at what I have for solids in each of these, I've got a turquoise, a blue, a green, a pink, a purple, and a gold. So that's where we're going with all this. So this is my pink set. Same price, that would be 66. Let's go turquoise next. So this has the same speckle, Change of Scenery, but this one has a bit more peachy, bluey tones in it, not so much pink, with turquoise. Look at how pretty that is. That's beautiful. And you can still see, like, you can see the sparkle in that too. It's gorgeous. The name of the pattern, Patty, is called Jock Scarf by Laura Penrose. The Jock Scarf. I am without my virtual assistant, Melissa, today, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so I can't post a link to the pattern, but I did do that earlier today. So if you go to the Yarn Source Facebook page, the pattern is there. It's approximately a $7 pattern, but we'll throw the pattern in for free if you buy one of the kits. So that's the turquoise set. And the last of our Knitted Wit kits is the gold. And this one is with Chasing Horizons. So the variegated is called Chasing Horizons. It's all these peachy gold, and then a yellow or the gold that goes with it is called Dirty Bird. I love that. I think that's a beautiful combination too. And this is just a great, all right, Oriana. Yep, I will set that one aside for you. just a great little neck scarf. A lot of people like the style of like the Sophie scarf, and this I think just kind of takes it up a notch and adds a little bit more, a little more zhuzh to it, I guess. So that is the gold set. And then I've got two that are use the variations DK. I've got a blue and a green set. So these would run, the variations DK are $22.99. So these would be 53. And this set has, oh, the places you'll go is the name of this color, which is the same as that first, the purple, but this time I've got this vibrant zealous zircon with it, this bright blue. How fun would that be with just like a white shirt and a pair of jeans? Or as the weather gets a little bit cooler, or in the spring when it starts to warm up, but you just need a little something around your neck. That would just brighten up your day. So that's our blue set. And last but not least, the greens. This is what color? The speckle color is What a View. Look, it matches my nails. Look how fun that is. I found a new nail girl and she does such cool stuff. And she's right here in Saginaw off State Street, which I love. But I'm almost tempted not to tell people about her because she's just one girl and she books. I had to book out 4 weeks to get in for my fill. But if you want to know, I will pass on her information. Judy got her information to me and I absolutely love her. She's a sweet young woman. So sorry, off topic. The green set is What a View and Deepest Malachite. So there's that. Beautiful, beautiful. This is just, I don't know, I would call it an emerald, but they've got their own names for it. So that's the green set. So again, all of these would be perfect for the large or small size of the Jacques scarf. And if my math is right, which it could be, sometimes my math is pretty decent. It seems like you could get two of the small scarves out of one kit because it says you need 100 meters of each color. And each of these skeins, what does the variations have? 254 yards. So each of those skeins has enough yardage that you could do two small ones. But I think doing the larger one where you could wrap it around a couple times would be really fun. So those are here. We've got still the purple, the pink, the gold, the green, and the blue left. What else came today? I just opened a box, and for those of you who participate in the Wonderland Yarns Tour of the Seasons, we got June in. It's even before the end of the month. It's close, but it's before the end of the month. So those of you who participate, I've got yours set aside with your name on it, which means we've got 2 left over. So we get 10 skeins every month. 8 are spoken for. So I've got 2 skeins left. This month's inspiration, you might be able to tell by the little invite that they give with you, but it is for, I'm looking right at it and I know what it is. And Alice in Wonderland. Oh my gosh, you guys. So the name of the color is called Afternoon Tea Party. And I think this is hilarious. So every month as part of the club, you get 2 stitch markers. One has the book cover and then one has a nod to whatever it is. So this one has Alice in Wonderland and then a little time clock stopwatch. And this beautiful skein of sport weight yarn. There is a QR code on the inside of the ball band that has a link to some patterns, some one skein patterns. But they also come with these little project cards. So every month you get a little work in progress card that you can use. What pattern did you select? What yarns you're using? What size you're doing? Books, needles, stitch markers, other things needed. But the front of it is a little invitation. This one cracks me up because it says the Mad Hatter uninvites you from his annual Mad Tea Party, date May 1st. Please don't come. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, yep, it was a month ago. Please don't come. You're uninvited. It's an unbirthday party. It's an invitation. So we've got two of these left. They are $35 a piece. And they are here for the taking. And let's see, let me go back to my notes and see what else I have to talk about. We do still have Heartland Yarn Adventure passports available. So you get this year for $5, you get a passport and an enamel pin that's got Heartland Yarn Adventure 2025 on it. $5. It's got the list of all 80 whatever shops that are participating in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. So you can get those here. You can order them online. We can ship it to you, or we can hold it here in the store for you. You don't have to go to any more than one shop to qualify for any of the prizes. We have another set of Chigu Twist Shorty needles and another sweater kit from Barocco that they donated to us here in the store to be able to have as prizes. Those two companies are fantastic at providing support for LYSs. So we appreciate them. We love working with them and want to make sure that we give them a shout out too. So you could buy a passport and only come here and get entered into the drawings in our store, but also for the main drawings as well. So just something to keep in mind. I think we've got a half dozen or so passports left. Oh, one of the things that came up this past week and I wanted to talk about, and I meant to have them here, so I gotta go grab them. I will be right back. I feel sometimes like when I get up, I should intentionally make my chair spin so it looks like, you know, I left really quickly and just spun right out of my chair just to entertain you all while I'm not in front of the camera. No matter what interchangeable needles you have, if you use interchangeable needles, you need to have these in your life. Whether it's Knit Pro, Knitter's Pride, Chigu, Haya Haya, Lika, Addy. The Addy clicks might be the only ones you wouldn't need because they just kind of twist and click into place. But if you have a problem with gripping the needles in order to tighten them, these little guys are your lifesaver. They are, I think they're $4 a pack. Apparently I don't. Okay, Oriana sounds good. Thank you. They don't have prices on them, but I'm pretty sure it's $4. And they're made by Chiagu. Chiagu. I should ask them when I see them how you're actually supposed to pronounce it. But what's in this little package are two little grippers, little silicone grippers. And with your needles, I should have done this with mine because they keep coming undone because I did not use little grippers, but any interchangeable needle is going to have a little pinhole either on the needle tip or on the cord. This is especially important if you have needles with a wood tip. Never, never, never tighten or loosen your needles holding onto the wood. Always hold on to the metal connectors. But so I didn't use any sort of, I didn't use the key, the pin, or the grip or the grippers to tighten these. So I can easily unscrew that and it'll come off, which happens frequently when I'm knitting. And that's one of the biggest complaints that we hear from people about interchangeable needles. If they don't like interchangeables, they don't like the fact that they come apart like that. So I don't have a pin right here in front of me, but I do have the two grippers. So I'm going to grip the needle with one and the cord with the other. Both I'm grabbing with at the metal parts. And I'm going to use these to tighten them. People like, oh, I just threw one on the floor. Like my mom, who has problems with her hands and her thumbs, especially in being able to strongly grip things. these are gonna be a lifesaver. So I just used those grippers to tighten this. I now cannot, well, I can. If I really wrench on it, I can unscrew it. That wouldn't happen if I had the keys. The little T-pins, if they're Chigu or little, I call them keys, but they look like little straight pins that come with Knit Pro, Knitter's Pride, Lika. That's what you use in that little hole. Poke that through, use a grippy to tighten it, and that will save so much frustration. If you're sliding your stitches along and they get caught in that little groove because it started to come unthreaded a little bit, they will save you a world of frustration. And for $4, it's totally worth it. So, Mom, if you don't have these, let me know and I will get some for you. I will set aside some, but everybody should have them in their toolkit or anywhere nearby. We keep a set in our little Lazy Susan tool thing that we have on the table. And we sell them here in the shop. We're using these all the time. Plus they have a little heart on them. So I'm not always trying to sell you like big things or unnecessary things. I want to make sure that things that we carry here in the shop are useful and practical and, not always. Sometimes we have fun things, but yes. Okay, good, Mom. We'll set some aside for you. Those are one of the little things that we sell out of quite frequently. I try to keep them in stock, but it's only when I realize that we're out, when somebody wants them and I see we don't have any on the shelf, that we go through them frequently. So just something to grab next time you're in. And it's things like this, like these, that I would probably encourage you to look for if you were shop hopping or yarn crawling or stopped in a yarn store out of town and really didn't see anything that struck your fancy that you wanted to buy. We always encourage you to just, make a small purchase to support local stores. Pick up something like this, a $4 item. Every little bit helps every shop. So we've got them, but we're not the only ones. Okay, so for those of you who joined late, I am going to go over a couple reminders before I sign off. We're not doing any formal cast on party for the Astro Pop, but you can come in either on Thursday or Friday and cast on with us. If you need us to print a copy of the pattern, we can do that. It's 25 cents a page. We just need to know that you did indeed purchase the digital pattern. So we're respecting copyrights. And most of the market is probably going to be closed on Friday. I'm not too sure about Saturday, but it sounds like a lot of the food vendors, if not all the food vendors, are going to be closed on Friday. So if you come in on Friday or Saturday, plan to come in on the north side doors, which is the side of the building where the farmer's market is. The farmer's market will be here Friday and Saturday, Friday 10 to 3, Saturday 10 to 1. We will be here our normal hours, 10 to 7 on Friday and 10 to 7 on Saturday, and Wednesday and Thursday, of course. So it's a normal week for us, but just be aware that quite a few of the other vendors may not be here. So if there's something specific you're looking for, check their social media before you come in so you're not disappointed. But there may not be food options if you're coming to hang out for the day. So keep that in mind. All right, you guys, I think that's all I have to talk about tonight. I think I did pretty well not having Melissa on here, other than, I couldn't post the links to the patterns, but we didn't talk about too many things, just a couple. So, as always, if you jumped on late, this will be recorded and posted on both YouTube and Facebook. So you can go back and watch it from the beginning. We try to keep an eye on comments. So if there's something you have questions on or comments, or you see one of those kits and you decide you can't live without it, let us know and put it in the comments, or send us a message or give us a call when we open on Wednesday, and we're happy to help you. So I hope everybody has a good week. If we don't see you, I hope you have a great, safe, and happy 4th. Summer is in full effect. It's warm, it's stormy, it's steamy. I kind of like it. as long as I don't have to do too much manual work outside. So, hi, Amy. Oh, you're joined us just as we're getting ready to be done, but go back and watch it because there's lots of good stuff. So have a good week. If we don't see you here in the shop, I will see everybody back here next